I do not remember the exact date of this email. I have no recollection of subjecting the member to a polygraph test relating to the theft of a coffee machine. I should not have to answer this allegation in this statement. I do so out of caution and attach the mails from Lieutenant General Levia because of the very real prospects that these questions may be directed at me, even though I have not received the requisite notices and additional documents from the Commission. Commissioners, I want to add that on these paragraphs, the placement of Warrant Officer Sanders, the complaint, it was very serious. I think the commission has also this document, which they provided to us later, I think in the early hours of yesterday. They have this complaint whereby there was a serious allegations of Warrant Officer Sander and other members involved in the theft of cocaine at the harbor and selling it to a specific gang. I'm just worried to say names of other people that never came here, because the last time I was caused to say certain names, and I'm on litigation for your information, Commissioner, as we speak. Now, based on the allegations, they were of a serious nature that warranted that in that process, if my memory serves me well, Colonel Jacobs was the acting provincial commander. Brigadier Nyusa was not there. The process that I followed, I called Colonel Jacobs to come with Warrant Officer Sander. I wrote a letter. I signed it. It was flagged here. I saw this is my signature, but it was redacted. I placed him at supply chain management until the investigation is finalized. It's a process that we do in the police. Like myself now, my supervisor is an example I'm making. My supervisor has suspended me. He was placed as elsewhere. Mine is worse because evidence was given under oath before this commission and I was suspended. So it is a process. When there are allegations against you that relates to what you are doing, you will be either placed elsewhere or suspended. He was never suspended and he never lost any income. He got his full salary, his danger allowances, and the scarce skills allowance. So the issue of the coffee machine, commissioners, in that office where he was placed, I don't remember him because I was watching the commission on that day. I don't remember him, I might be wrong, informing the commission that actually in that office there were 4 thefts. It is in the provincial office. Nobody will just come in there. A member of the public, even your good self, you will never come in. You will be escorted into the building if you are not working there. There was a theft of a camera of the state. There was a theft of a state laptop, which possesses sensitive information in that office. There was also a theft of a laminating machine. His coffee machine was the last one. The person who initiated and applied for these members that are employed in the supply chain management where this Sander was placed was initiated by Brigadier Nyoswa. I was out of office by then. The only thing I did is to sign the call-up instruction and say all these members must go for polygraph test because there was no break-in, but things are disappearing. And I believe that was done bona fide, not to punish any person, commissioners. So those are the issues that I wanted to address, although they are not in the regulation 10.6 or on the subpoena, just to give the commissioners a clear picture as what happened. He comes here and cry and say, I subjected him to the, what you call, a polygraph test for the theft of his coffee machine. That is not correct. Maybe for lack of a better word, it is insane of me to shall have done that, commissioners. If you are a victim, then I put you on the polygraph test. That is wrong. He misled the commission. I want to pause there and continue with my statement.
Sorry, General, I'm not sure I follow that. What exactly is not correct?
It is not correct that he was subjected to polygraph examination because of the theft of his own coffee machine that was stolen in that office. It was not only him. The person who initiated everything and made arrangement is Brigadier Nyuswa. I only signed the call-up instruction. And I believe the commission is in possession of those documents. I don't have my tools of trade since they were taken when I was taken at gunpoint out of my office, my laptop, my gun, my laptop is gone, and then documents that I was supposed to prepare for my disciplinary, I was taken out of my office like somebody, I don't know, for lack of a better word, like a dog. And that thing is still a pain here. And it cost me to lie in hospital for 2 weeks. Now, I'm telling the commission here to show certain implication. I'm not requesting for any mercy, but I want to assist this commission. Now, Commissioner Kumalo, I hope I answered you, Commissioner.
Yes,
Chair,
yes.
Chair.
Yes, you have.
Pardon me, I'm addressing all of you as commissioners, but if I have to say chair, I will try and say rectify.
I am a commissioner.
Okay.
Thank you, please continue.
Or rather say justice. Commissioner Kumalo also interposed at some point, stating that this was integral to the commission's terms of reference and inquired whether the evidence would have to be put to me. So it is indeed so that any statement I give is twofold. It is in the first instance my recordal of facts as I know them, and second, my response to the averment made about me in the Rule 3.5 notice that I received contrary to Mrs. Beggar's opinion. I say with respect that my treatment at the commission is being unfair, and I'm a civil servant with 38 years of service now. My means are limited, and the piecemeal manner in which my evidence is being managed is materially impacting my ability to protect my rights and interests at the commission. I'm not asking for any unique or irregular, simply that the evidence implicating me is led and thereafter I respond thereto. As matters stand, I have had to prepare this statement at short notice, and as it turns out, may very well have to file another statement to deal with Sanders and other witnesses' evidence. It certainly cannot be that Sanders and others' evidence, controversial as it is, and which paints me as having irregular transferred him, can go unchallenged. It also cannot be that the evidence, as stated by Commissioner Kumalo, must be put to me, as I was not served with a Regulation 3.5 statement and a Regulation 10.6 notice, or any other material documents. I have simply been advised by Ms. Beggar that this will transpire. This process is called for in the rules of the Commission itself to protect the rights and interests of witnesses who appear before it. I want to also add the following in my evidence in chief, that when Warrant Officer Sander was placed back to his office, these were my words, Commissioners. I informed Brigadier Nyuswa that Warrant Officer Sander, because this investigation is taking too long, someone from the legal services wanted to stop his allowances. And then if it is the employer who placed you elsewhere, you can't do that. And then as the investigation was continuing, the only thing that was found at that stage was the misconduct of him not declaring the directorship of a shooting practice company. However, I think the investigation is ongoing of those allegations because they are of a serious nature. I don't know what is the status at this stage, but I said Warrant Officer Sander can go back to SOCI. SOCI is Serious Organized Crime Investigation. I've never specified that he shouldn't be placed where he was. I said he can go back to SOCI. SOCI is where he came from. And as far as I'm concerned, he was supposed to go back to his normal duties. I don't remember writing a letter writing specifically there that he must be placed at EPR, as it was said by Brigadier Nyuswa. I don't recall, I don't have a recollection of me doing that, but my recollection is he can go back to Serious Organized Crime Investigation in Durban office, where he was working before. I wanted to bring that under the attention while I'm still under oath.
Can I just understand, when you say you don't recall, is that equal to saying you never gave such an instruction? Because Brigadier Nyuswa was quite firm about it, that it was your instruction, and he followed your instruction that he goes to EPR.
Commissioner, I've never given that instruction. If I have given it, I would have maybe, or the commission would have got a document as much as I placed him in supply chain management. Certain things we do them in writing in the police. This verbal instruction, it is out of necessity to do verbal instruction because of the situation we are facing with. This one, it was not an urgent thing, Commissioner. So you're correct. I never gave Brigadier Nyuswa that type of an instruction that he mustn't go back there, he must go there.
On the back of that explanation, there must then be, given the explanation you are giving, that you do things in writing, there must then be a letter where you say he should be taken back to SANEP.
I believe so, Commissioners.
Okay.
However, as I said, my tools of trades were taken by force.
Yes.
On the 31st of January, my laptop and everything, I don't know what happened there. Even now, trying to get certain information to assist the Commission, it was a serious mountain to climb.
Thank you, General.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Sorry, General. You say the investigations are ongoing. That is, investigations in respect of the serious allegations concerning Lieutenant Colonel Sander.
Warrant Officer.
Warrant Officer. Oh, I'm promoting him. Sorry about that. If I'm not mistaken, I think his testimony was that those investigations had come to an end. Somebody told him so. I forget the detail around that, but that's the distinct impression he created. Perhaps, in fact, more than just an impression, I think he said so in so many words. Now, do you know anything about that?
Commissioner, as I've indicated, since 31 January, I was never at work.
No,
there is that possibility.
My sense was that this was a matter of a few months, which would mean, if correct, you were still there. So it was before your suspension. That was my sense.
Yeah, I do not have a proper recollection of that, Commissioner. But as far as I'm concerned, it is not easy to close that type of investigation at a very short space of time. The way it was dealt with, because also the DPP was involved guiding that